If you're planning to take AZ-104, the Azure admin exam, this video is the entire study plan. It runs 8 weeks. It maps to exactly what the exam tests right now, including the updates that Microsoft shipped this year in April 2026. And it's built the way that I actually train people, which means you'll be building things, not just reading about them. That is the whole plan on one screen, and we are going to walk through it week by week, including the 1 week that quietly decides whether most people pass or fail. Hi, if you're new to the channel, my name is Praveen Singh and I'm Cloud Solution Consultant and Microsoft Certified Trainer. I've spent better part of the decade working in Azure and I've helped a lot of people get through this exact exam. One honest note before we start. This plan assumes that you can give it about an hour a day. If you have more time, it compresses the learning, but if you have less time, you can stretch the plan to 12 weeks or more. Because the order is what matters, not the speed. Alright, so first thing first, let's talk about what the exam actually is, because the weight tells you how much time you have to spend on each. The AZ-104 tests about 5 different areas. Identity and governance is 20 to 25% of the exam. Compute is another 20 to 25%. Storage sits at 15 to 20%. Networking sits at 15 to 20. And finally, the monitoring and backup is about 10 to 15%. You need a score of 700 out of 1000 to pass. And the most important thing I can tell you about this exam is that it tests scenarios, not the definitions. It doesn't ask you what network security group is, gives you a broken situation and asks you why this traffic is not flowing. This is exactly why this plan is built around doing the work in real subscription, because you cannot memorize your way into judgments. First, get your own subscription with your own billing on it, because the questions you ask changes the moment the resources are your own. And the second one is do something that feels completely backward. Go take Microsoft free official practice test cold, without any preparation, without any training, before you have even studied anything. You are going to fail it, and that is the point, what the destination looks like. Write the score down. We'll come back to it in the week 8. Week 1 and 2 go to the biggest domain, which is the identity and governance. Week 1 is Microsoft Entra ID and access. You'll create user groups, manage their properties, spend time on the role assignment, because RBAC scope is the important piece of this. Assign the same role at the resource group level and then at the subscription level and watch how they behave differently. I've seen this in client environment for years, where the admins who become dangerous are the ones who never really understood the scope. Week 2 is governance. You'll implement something called Azure policy, set resource locks, apply tags, and build a budget with alerts. And finally, you look at the management groups. And here's the exercise that make it stick. Write a policy that denies specific resource type, and then try to deploy that resource anyway, so you can see denial with your own eyes. The exam loves asking why deployment failed, and once you have caused that failure yourself, those questions become a free marks. Week 3 is storage. You'll create storage account, change the redundancy level, and read what actually happened when you do that. Set up both blob container and Azure file share so you can feel the difference in the offering, the lifecycle management, and the soft delete policies. The exercise that matters most here is the access. Generate a shared access token, set its expiry date to 10 minutes, use it, and then watch it die. Access control storage show up all over the exam. And if you're finding this useful so far, please bump the subscribe button and come join my learning community, because this channel is full of exactly this kind of hands-on content. Week 4 and Week 5 covers compute, the other heavy domain. Week 4 is mainly virtual machine. You'll create them, resize, manage disk, deploy them into availability zone and scale sets. Week 5 is everything that is not a virtual machine. You'll provision an Azure app service and deploy slots. You'll run into container apps. You'll run into function app, container instances. You have to know both of them, because container apps and container instances are essentially covered in the exam. One thing that people constantly miss is exam expects you to read an ARM template or bicep file and know what it deploys. So from week 4 onward, deploy at least one thing every week from template instead of clicking through portal. You don't need to be an infrastructure as code expert for this exam, but you do need to read it without panicking. Alright, week 6, and this is the one I told you about at the start. Networking is only 15 to 20% of the exam on paper. Here's what paper doesn't tell you. Networking leaks into every other domain. When a question says virtual machine can't reach a storage account, that is networking question. This exam is full of all these questions which interlink different services using network. So week 6 is virtual network and subnet, trading between two VNets that you will build yourself, and NSG rules and effective rules view. There are services like Azure Bastion, service endpoint, private endpoint, DNS, and load balancer that you also have to know. Single best exercise of entire week 8 is this one. Build two virtual network pair them together, and put a VM in each one of them, and then deliberately break the connectivity with NSG rule and try to figure out where do you see the error and how you can fix it. If you can do that comfortably, you are most of the way to passing the exam. Week 7 is monitoring and recovery. You'll work through Azure Monitor, which means reading metrics, configuration of log settings, writing basic log query using KQL, and finally building an alert rule with action group that actually notifies you. Then you will use Network Watcher for connection troubleshooting, and then backup. This is where the rule is simple. Create a recovery service vault, back things up, and then actually restore it. A backup you have never restored is a hope and not a strategy, and the exam asks about restores more than people expect. Week 8, and this is where we close the loop. Take that same official practice assessment you took cold before the week 1, and then compare the scores. The gap between those two numbers is the proof of the whole plan. Spend the rest of the week closing whatever domains are still soft, and then sit for the exam. And honestly, if you're scoring in high 600s on the practice exams, book your real exam right away. One more piece of good news. The certification renews every year with free online assessments, so you pass it once and you never pay for it again. And that brings me to the biggest mistake I see in this exam, and it's super important because people flip the plan. They spend 8 weeks doing the practice questions and memorizing answer patterns, but they never build anything. The practice assessment is the thermometer. It measures where you are and it cures absolutely nothing. The curing happens in the portal, in the template, and in the broken network you diagnose yourself. Use the question to measure and use the building to learn all of this. Alright, that's the full 8-week cycle. 5 domains, weighted the way exam weight them, with your hands on real resources the entire time. The last piece of advice is to book the exam for week 8 right now, because the date on your calendar changes how seriously you study. Let me know in the comment when your exam date is, and if you have any question about any specific week of the plan, drop it down there too. If you're wondering about how to get the real hands-on environment access without having to pay out of your pocket, you can check out cloudlearn.io. There's so many labs and exam assessments for you right at your fingertip. Alright, I'll see you in the next one. Until then, stay curious and keep building.